Stanley Parable, which was like a week ago. This fortune cookie, and we will read it together. Good time to try something adventurous. Thank you, fortune cookie, for those wise words. Almost dropped my cup. Let's see, now that where is oh damn. Just one sec before I get this little last bit started. Crap. Hold on one more sec. Let's do this. Many years later. Oh goodness. This probably be a very either short video or a Kind of a long one. Or not a long one, maybe. Hey, this is the spot. Ooh, a little bendy. What is this? Oh, another review. Well, it's for me. I enjoyed my time with the original story, with underscores how truly disappointed I am with the sequel. Working as teams with the original design to is dull, uninspired, and other insulting to its favorite. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into terrible territory nobody asked for, and it's a deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyables from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an inspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this division feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcome reprieve from recent comments. Go Guy, Piss Ordered 099, Boblin. 2027. SNRAF 3. Trying to think what that stands for. Cat Dog Born. Stanley Parable. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to Master says the 13, its creators made plans to build a property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they posted today. It is clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with one reckless and assaulting creative visions. Are reckless and assaulting. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. They should have got on the green. Oh, the name button. Bill, the Bill button too. You know, just. Oh, it's more figurines. Thank you. Thank you. Hello again. Hey, buddy. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the Deluxe said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making terrible games until the sun explodes. Let's run the first franchise in the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and brack. If people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people think of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let's burn it. Let it burn. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together, we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we need to do is change the number on the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loudable. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. That way the Stanley Parable will never end, and nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It would be the same content recycled again and again and again with new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put a faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I've noticed that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken trophy, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright there, the trophy machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're all in this together. We're gonna keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. 10. Well, there we go. The Stanley Parable 3, The Revenge of the Whole.
This is the story of...
Nothing really did change.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had seen...
Narrator ain't got nothing to say. But we're returning. We're going back. Oh, I should have brought my bucket. I didn't bring my bucket. So might as well just throw myself off a cliff.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable. and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yep.
Yes, you see? Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the trophy? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure? Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe. What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet? You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the... Well, I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then. This is the story.
I gotta do this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named...
Oh, let me make sure that's I want to see if I can bring the bucket into that area.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. One man, one bucket. one chance to seize their destiny together.
I think turn everything on.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yeah, everything's fucked up for me now.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Oh, I guess you can.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all. Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
Yeah, don't mess this up for me, buddy.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game? Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes. You carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no... I win, 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 I win. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is it gonna be the same thing? If it is, then I'll just go without the bucket.
It's bucket time.
There it is. So next time I come through here, I can just press it again and get that other ending, and then... Oh, there it is. Here it is. I'm excited. Because now we get a whole new perspective in this shit.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, I hope this works. Oh my goodness. Maybe turn them all off. Oh, this is awful. Ew, what kind of game am I playing right now? Please do something. Something! Whatever. What's he gonna say if I go in with the second bucket? This be it, though. This be it. I'm pretty sure he's ran out of ideas. Oh, what
Wait,
the hell?
There are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh, no.
Oops.
The warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Oh my god, holy shit.
Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to... But I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
I can't believe what he just did. can't believe this motherfucker just had the galls. Okay, this is what it wants me to do. Wow, this is crazy. This is the most intense gameplay I bet you've seen all day. Oh my goodness.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named
There's literally 2 trophies in here that I don't even know how to get. Like, there's one where I have to play for like, I don't have to play for 10 years, and there's one I have to play for like a whole Tuesday. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do about those. Alright, that final lap right here. Oh my goodness, holy shit. I better not have to do that in the main menu. Deciding a language.
Ah, I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion trophy. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider and that it'll be accessible from the settings menu. We'll sort out the rest of the details later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
What is bumpscosity? Okay, this is...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He don't do shit.
It's bucket time.
what it is. Doing this, and then we'll get that heaven ending, and that will be it. That will be it. Actually, I think I have gotten every ending in the game now. After that,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
it was the best thing about bumpscosity. Man, are you really gonna crap me out on this heaven ending right here? That's what it was called anyway.
Ah, quite a pleasant amount of bumpscosity we've got today, wouldn't you say? Very enjoyable. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe it was the bumpscosity. Maybe it was just them that messed me up. You get one more chance, Stanley. One more chance.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. It's bucket time.
Alright. Well, thanks for watching, Stanley, and then have a lovely day.